Vinyl is making a massive comeback right now, and one of the questions that we get asked the most is, can I play my turntable through Sonos? Now the good news is yes, and it's actually way easier than you might think. In this video, I'll take you through the Sonos products that you'll need, the setups that we'd recommend, and a few essential things that will instantly improve your sound. So stick around for those because they do make a massive difference. Hey guys, Louis here from Smart Home Sounds, and yes, if you're new here, we're a UK-based audio-visual retailer, which means if you want to pick up a turntable or any of the Sonos gear that I mentioned in this video, you can absolutely get it from us. I'll pop all of the links that you need down below, including a few simple Sonos turntable bundles that we've put together to save you the hassle of matching preamps and cables yourself. And if you like tips like these, then please don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more content like this. So let's kick off with the basics then. Now, in order to play vinyl on Sonos, there are two things that you will need. Number one, a turntable with some form of preamp, and I'll explain that in a minute. And number two, a Sonos device that supports line-in. So that's your Sonos Era 100, your Era 300, Sonos 5, Sonos Port, or Sonos Amp. And here's the best part. Because these act as a gateway, you only need one of these for your entire house to be vinyl ready. Your turntable might be plugged into an Era 100 in the living room, but you can group it to play audio in your kitchen, bedroom, office, patio, and anywhere else you have Sonos. Now, for those of you wondering, Bluetooth-enabled Sonos products like the Move 2 and the Roam 2 or the Era speakers do technically work with Bluetooth turntables, but if you do choose to go down this route, you will notice a reduction in overall sound quality because Bluetooth does actually compress the sound and it's not as simple to use day to day. Now, don't get me wrong, it works in a pinch and is great for casual listening, but it's not the optimal way to play vinyl on Sonos, in my opinion. So if you want the best possible setup, wired line-in is definitely the way to go. So we know that you need a Sonos product with line-in for this to work. Now, naturally, the next question is then, which one should you go for? And quite honestly, the easiest way to understand that is to look at what each of them actually does, because they're all good, they're just good for different setups. The Sonos 5 is the most straightforward vinyl solution Sonos makes. It's currently the only Sonos speaker in their lineup with a built-in 3.5mm line-in port, which means you can plug your turntable straight in with an RCA to 3.5mm cable. Literally simple as that. It's also the most powerful all-in-one speaker in the Sonos lineup, with deep bass and enough volume to fill a medium or large-sized room with ease. Now, if you want a proper dedicated vinyl speaker to sit right next to your turntable, the 5 is the one that feels the most like a traditional hi-fi speaker. And if you do decide to buy two of them, the 5 in stereo is genuinely one of the best wireless stereo setups you can get your hands on for this price point, giving you a proper left and right soundstage that works beautifully with vinyl. The Sonos Era 100 is the next most popular option because it gives you an affordable way to get vinyl into your Sonos system without sacrificing too much on sound quality. Now, unlike the 5, it doesn't have a traditional line-in port, just a USB-C line-in port, so you will need the Sonos USB-C line-in adapter to make the connection. It's simple to set up, going from your turntable into an RCA to 3.5mm cable, into the adapter, then into the Era 100. And once you're connected, it behaves exactly like a normal line-in. Now, it is important to note that you can't use the standard USB-C to 3.5mm adapters that you can find on Amazon. Make sure you're using the Sonos version or a version that you know works in this setup, like this one here from Level Audio. I'll leave a QR code on screen if you'd like to check that out. For its size, the Sonos Era 100 is a seriously capable speaker with a surprising amount of bass and clarity. And if your goal is just to get your records playing across your whole Sonos system at the lowest possible cost, then this is the easiest and most accessible place to start. The Sonos Era 300 works in exactly the same way as the Era 100. again using the USB-C line-in adapter, but the sound you get out of this one is on another level entirely. Because it's designed for spatial audio, it has 6 internal drivers firing in different directions, which creates a much wider, much bigger and more 3-dimensional soundstage. Vinyl on an Era 300 feels more open, more dynamic and far more room-filling than what you'd expect from a single speaker, and if you want something that really does bridge that gap between a compact solution and a more hi-fi style experience, then the Era 300 is a great middle ground. Just like the 5s, both the Era 100 and the Era 300 can also be stereo paired. 2 Era 100s will give you an impressive stereo image that punches well above their price, while 2 Era 300s create a larger soundstage that feels almost like a modern take on a traditional hi-fi setup. But the only thing to remember is that if you use any of them as rear surrounds in a home cinema setup, the line-in feature is disabled entirely. So if vinyl is part of your plan, they need to be used as standalone speakers or as a stereo pair, not as rears behind a Sonos soundbar. Now, what if you're someone who already has hi-fi gear that you actually want to keep? Maybe you've got a nice amplifier and a pair of bookshelf speakers, or a turntable that already sits in a more traditional hi-fi setup. Well, that's where the Sonos Port and the Sonos Amp come in, and these two work a little bit differently to the speakers that we've just talked about. The Sonos Port is the one to look at if you already have an amplifier and passive speakers that you want to keep using. It doesn't actually power any speakers itself. Instead, it brings your Sonos ecosystem into your existing hi-fi setup. It also has a line-in where you can connect your turntable, which will then be available on any Sonos component in your system. So if you love the speakers that you've already got, or you have your turntable set up somewhere away from the rest of your Sonos speakers, then the Port is a really clean and discreet way to connect everything together. The Sonos Amp works in a very similar way, but with one key difference. The amp powers your passive speakers directly. So if you have a nice pair of bookshelf or floor standing speakers and you don't have an amplifier for them, or your existing amp is beginning to show its age, then the Sonos Amp lets you bring those speakers into the Sonos world without needing anything else. The process is identical to the Port. You use the RCA inputs on the back, feed in your turntable or your preamp if your turntable needs one, and the amp then powers your speakers and streams that vinyl signal into the Sonos system. It essentially replaces your old amplifier while giving you all the smart benefits of Sonos at the same time. Okay, so that's the Sonos side sorted. The gateway devices, how they connect, and which ones make sense depending on your setup and your budget. Now, the next piece of the puzzle is the turntable itself. And this is the part that catches most people out, especially if you're brand new to vinyl. Because here's the thing, a record player doesn't naturally output a strong, usable signal. The sound that comes straight off the needle is extremely quiet. Way too quiet for any speaker or any amp to work with. So that raw signal needs boosting, and that boost comes from something called a phono preamp. Now the good news is, there are a few really easy ways to handle this. The simplest option by far is to choose a turntable with a built-in phono preamp. Now lots of modern turntable models have this, and something like the budget-friendly Audio-Technica AL-P60 USB or the award-winning Riga Planner 1 Plus are perfect examples. It basically means you can plug the turntable straight into your Sonos product without adding any extra boxes or cables. If your turntable doesn't have a built-in preamp, that's when you'll need an external phono stage. These are small, lightweight boxes that sit between your turntable and your Sonos device and boost the signal to the right level. Two really solid options that we recommend often are the budget Behringer PP400 and the Project PhonoBox MM, which are both reliable, both sound great for the money, and they take about 30 seconds to set up. Some people actually prefer going down this route because it gives you a bit more room to upgrade your setup further down the line. But if you just want something simple that works immediately, then built-in is the way to go in my opinion. Now, for a bit of a curveball and something fairly new are the Works with Sonos compatible Victrola turntables. With a few models available such as the Stream and Onyx, the big selling point with these is they connect over Wi-Fi directly into the Sonos ecosystem. So that means you don't need a direct line in at all, just a Sonos speaker to cast the audio to. There are also some really cool perks to this setup. For example, you can use the volume knob on the turntable to control the volume of your Sonos speaker, and you can also set up a feature called autoplay, and you can select a default Sonos speaker to autoplay when the needle hits the record. The Victrola turntables are a great addition to a Sonos ecosystem, but they do come with a premium price tag. Now, whether it's worth it for that wireless sleek finish is up to you. Now, as I mentioned earlier, because we're a retailer, we've put together a few pre-made Sonos turntable bundles on our website that are guaranteed to work together with all of the cables and the preamps that you need. If you don't want the hassle of matching everything up yourself, they are a really easy way to get started. I'll flash up my good, better, and best options on screen for you guys now. And I'll leave all of the links down below if you want to check them out. Okay, so now that your setup is sorted, you've got the right Sonos product, and you've got the right turntable, it's time for the part that most people forget about: optimizing the settings inside the Sonos app. Now, we recommend these tweaks to pretty much every turntable customer who comes into our store, and they're the reason that some setups instantly sound better than others. They take seconds to change, but they're really easy to miss, so let's get into it. Tip number 1 is tweaking your line-in delay. By default, Sonos adds a bit of processing time to anything coming through the line-in, which for vinyl can feel a bit jarring. The needle drops and then the sound follows half a second or so later. Now, you can actually reduce that delay massively. Just open the Sonos app, head to settings, find the connected device, and then scroll down to line-in. Tap audio delay and make tweaks depending on what you need. Tip number 2 is turning line-in autoplay on. Now, this one is all about convenience. With autoplay enabled, as soon as the needle hits the record, your Sonos system will automatically switch to your turntable. No opening the app, no tapping through menus, it just plays, just as it would any other hi-fi setup. Go to the line-in menu again, tap autoplay, and choose the room you want it to default to. Tip number 3, and this is the one that I recommend the most, is increasing your source level. Straight out of the box, Sonos sets your line-in level to around 3, and that usually makes vinyl sound really quiet compared to streaming services like Spotify or Apple Music. If you bump that up to around 7 or 8, you get a much fuller, more balanced output that sits where you'd expect it to volume-wise. We've had loads of customers contact us thinking something was broken with their setup, and you'd be really surprised at just how often this single change fixes the problem instantly. It's such a simple tweak, but it really does make a massive difference. Head back into line-in, then go into source level and make your tweaks here. My 4th and final tip then is a bit of a smaller one, but it makes everyday use so much smoother, and that's renaming your line-in source. Sonos labels it as line-in by default in the app, which is fine, but if you've got multiple rooms or a couple of different inputs running, it gets buried pretty quickly. All you'll want to do is jump into the app, tap the input name, and change it to something like turntable, or even the exact model you're using. It sounds minor, but honestly, when you're flicking between rooms or sources, it's so much easier to spot. It's one of those quality of life tweaks that you only appreciate after you've done it. So there you have it then. That's everything that you guys need to know about how to get your turntable playing perfectly through Sonos. If you found this video helpful, please feel free to drop any questions down in the comments below. And if you're in the UK and you want a bit of extra support choosing the right turntable or the right Sonos product, all of the links will be down below. Every Sonos product that you buy from us comes with our extended 6-year warranty. And if you spot a better deal somewhere else, just drop us a message and we'll always try to help you out. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want more Sonos tips like this one, then make sure to subscribe, and I'll catch all of you in the next video.